Hey everyone, it's Greg Landsman. Welcome back to The Fly-In, a new Dems podcast. Today is September 29th. We are back here. Democrats are back despite Republicans having canceled votes for the week because of this potential government shutdown, which is less than 48 hours away. I am joined by my good friend and guest host, Sarah McBride from Delaware. Welcome.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
Popular demand. Everyone wanted you.
I mean, I guess I didn't mess it up too much last time.
Yeah, so this is the first time we've had a guest host, and of course it's going to be you.
Well,
you're the best.
Thank you. That's very kind. I always am happy to be a first.
So, I want to get into the, the basics of what's happening, right? Like, so Republicans canceled votes. So at the moment, Capitol Hill is very quiet. Yeah. There are no Republican members of the House here, despite the fact that the government is shutting down in less than 48 hours. The Senate is here, but they are not negotiating, as we understand. And, of course, this is Trump's shutdown. He's the president of the United States. He has the House. He has the Senate. So let's take a look at what he did last week as opposed to negotiating and why we're in this bind.
The FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that, acetaminophen. Is that okay? Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. But with Tylenol, don't take it. Don't take it. Rigged election, he knows about rigged elections better than anybody.
They want to have transgender for everybody. These people are crazy, the Democrats. So if it has to shut down, it'll have to shut down.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
The team is not doing so well. So when I heard that, I said, let's go to the plane. We have to fly and help them.
All right, so that's a crazy clip.
Just word vomit of like a completely deranged X news feed of just right-wing blabber. I mean, it's unbelievable. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it's sort of one part he doesn't seem well, and one part tragically online right-wing media stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's not the stuff of a president.
No, I hate to be if Joe Biden did that, but if Joe Biden was saying the things that he just said in the way that he said it, people would have been calling for the 25th Amendment.
It can only good happen? If Joe Biden said it can only good happen? I feel like that's the title of this week. It can only good happen.
That should be the title of the episode.
The title of the episode. It can only good happen. I mean, you start with the Tylenol piece. I mean, obviously, he should have been working to negotiate this deal. It's a very simple deal on the budget. We want to protect people's health care. And if we don't act now on these ACA subsidies, Affordable Care Act subsidies, you're going to see something like 22 million people experience higher premiums. And millions of people are going to lose their health care. So this is an urgent thing. And he could put people in a room and say, I want to get a deal done. We got to keep the government open. And nobody should lose their health care. That would require a change on their part. But that's not where his focus is.
No, I mean, the reports are that when presented with, fairly reasonable demands, including extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits, the president said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he thinks that that's bravado negotiation, but he's clearly too chicken shit to actually come to the table and hash things out. A negotiation, by definition, you don't get everything you want. And he is so committed to cutting healthcare that they're willing to shut the government down over protecting these cuts and continuing to eviscerate care. And to your point, we are in a healthcare cost crisis right now. The Affordable Care Act tax credits expire in a couple of months.
Yeah.
But insurance companies are setting the rates right now. And some have already announced hikes as much as 90% for next year. And so we have to solve this right now if we're going to address that cost crisis. We can't wait till November. We can't wait till January. This is a crisis right now. And that's why it's so important that this be part of the conversation and part of the negotiation around, another budget resolution. But they are committed to cutting this healthcare because it is partially funding their tax breaks for their billionaire donors, the people who are funding and facilitating his completely clear power grab and abuse of power.
What we have said for months now is we will work on a budget together so long as we reverse these healthcare cuts. And in particular, the Affordable Care premium tax credits, because if we don't act now, and this is what he was reacting to, we're saying extend those premiums, those subsidies for 22 million Americans. And this is, for a family of four earning $64,000 a year, their annual premium would go up, $2,500 or 270%. I mean, this is like a big deal. So now you take that and you think about tens of millions of people who are going to see their healthcare costs skyrocket. In my district, 32,000 people, and this is the first congressional district in Ohio, will see their healthcare costs rise if they do not extend these subsidies. Another 30,000 people in my district will lose healthcare coverage because of the Medicaid cuts, right, in the mega spending bill. So on top of that, you've got 32,000 people who are going to see their healthcare premiums go up. In your district, 40,000 people. Will see their healthcare costs go up. That's on top of the 40,000 people who will lose their healthcare because of the Medicaid cuts. That's what he's saying. When we're saying, hey, we want to protect these folks and make sure they keep their healthcare, that's what he's saying, go fuck yourself too.
He's saying go fuck yourself to every single American who's going to have to pay more to get health coverage or lose their coverage because of this health crisis that Republicans created.
We're not making this long list. Our list is one word. It's just healthcare. It's just restore the healthcare cuts, extend the ACA subsidies, and to your point, get back to investing in research, for cancer research and everything else.
That they've gutted. And I sometimes hear this too, and I think, I get for some of our supporters as we have barreled toward this Republican facilitated shutdown, people have said, well, why aren't you focusing on the authoritarian power grab? And look, we have to walk and chew gum at the same time. Every day I'm in Delaware, I hear from constituents who are scared out of their mind that they're going to lose health coverage.
Or it's going to cost more.
Because
they know it's going to go up.
And it's going to go up for everyone.
Because
when you have people who can no longer afford the ACA plans,
they go to the ER.
Exactly. When they lose coverage because they can't afford these hikes, they still go to the ER. They just go when their illness is greater or more intensive, and the treatment is more expensive. And we all have to pay for that. And the same will be true for the people who lose their coverage under Medicaid. But when I talk to people back home, for folks like us, the authoritarian power grab might feel like everything, and it is critical. But there are so many people who we are representing, who are literally at risk of losing their lives imminently because they lose their health coverage. So
public opinion polling so far suggests that Trump and Congressional Republicans will be blamed for this. A majority believe that they are responsible, in large part because they're in charge, right? They have the White House. They are responsible. They have the White House, the House, and the Senate. Respondents support Democrats holding the line against funding cuts for healthcare by 15 points, which is pretty significant. And ultimately, somebody has to blink in order to either stop the government from being shut down in a couple hours, or blink and get it reopened.
They should want to prevent people from seeing these massive premium hikes. And I just want to like hone in on this point, because they're going to try to blame it on everyone else but themselves. We have been ready for months to come around a negotiating table.
Yeah.
They drafted the budget resolution amongst
Zero
themselves.
Democrats.
No
Democrats.
consultation with Democrats. They brought it to the floor. It passed in the House on essentially a party line vote.
Which they knew that would happen. I mean, they didn't try to get a Democrat.
They did not care.
Yeah.
And they passed this knowing that it wouldn't pass the Senate. It went over to the Senate, came for a vote. They couldn't even get every Republican to vote for it. The Democratic counterproposal in the Senate got more votes than the Republican partisan budget resolution. So they can't hide behind the fact that, they introduced a budget resolution, it passed the House. They have refused to come to the table. They know this budget resolution was going nowhere. It's on them to put their big boy pants on, to stop being so scared, to come to the negotiating table, have a conversation. What are they afraid of?
What do you think happens next? We're all here. It's a very strange situation where House Democrats have showed up, all ready to work. I'm assuming the entire caucus is here. Maybe there's a few that didn't or weren't able to come.
Are still flying in.
Yeah, are still flying in. But how's that? What is your expectation for the next 48 hours?
Well, you've been here longer than I have, so I'd be curious how you see this
By 2
unfold.
years.
But 2 years is a lot of life in Congress. But first off, to your point, it's clear Trump doesn't have a plan. It's incoherent. I mean, it's as incoherent as his UN speech. And I think, unfortunately, it looks like because Republicans aren't here, we're going to be going to a shutdown.
Yeah.
I mean, the partisan resolution that passed the House that's over in the Senate already failed. So something's going to have to change, which means it has to come back to us, and the Republicans are not here to even vote on that.
If I were president or you were president, it would be very simple. I would say, look, I want a deal. Mm-hmm. And for me, it would be, I want this government funded, either for the whole year or for some significant period of time, and extend, we are going to extend these healthcare subsidies for the 22 million Americans who depend on them, period. So put that on a piece of paper and call the House back and make them vote on it, make the Senate vote on it, and that's done. And then you keep the government open. Why can't he do that?
One, because I think they're so damn committed to cutting health care that they are willing to shut the government down over it. And two, look, I think this president is so used to having a Congress that does its bidding that he is insulted that he has to work with anyone who disagrees with him. I think that's
a big piece of it, is that he's insulted that he has to work with anyone that disagrees with him. That's just not. He doesn't think he's above that.
Yeah.
Which is absurd. He's the president of the United States, but he also he has to actually work, right? There's the sort of the ease in which you tell somebody who works for you to go do something, right? That's easy. Go do this executive order. With this agency, I want you to go do this. That's all easy. This is not a difficult negotiation, but it's a negotiation. Yeah. It's hard work. It's at least work. I don't think he wants to do the work. I don't think he has the energy for it.
I think he's incredibly low energy. I think the last week he has demonstrated that he is no longer fit to be president of the United States. I mean, he was never fit to be president of the United States, let's be clear, morally or intellect. But like,
he's slowing down.
He's losing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's losing it, and the country is paying the price for it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's something like this, you want to have somebody with a lot of energy and commitment and vision who digs in. He doesn't want to dig in.
He
I don't think he can.
He doesn't want to dig in. He can't. He probably doesn't fully understand it. I mean, it's clear that he's just not up to it. I mean, he got overwhelmed when an escalator stopped.
I've never seen anything like that. The escalator stops, and if it stopped for you or me, we would just be like, oh, that's interesting. The escalator stopped. I guess I'll walk up.
Yeah.
He just froze.
He froze. It was overwhelming for him. But like, he is so used to everything just going his way, I guess, that he can't handle just a little bit of hardship or exert any kind of perseverance in the face of any kind of obstacle in his way. And I think it comes back to this man wants yes men around him. He wants a Congress that does his bidding no matter what. And for the first time, because of the 60-vote threshold in the Senate, he has to do actual work. He has to do actual work, and he doesn't just get to say, cut health care, and Congress goes, great, how many?
Yeah. We'll be around for the next couple of days, hopefully here to vote on something to keep the government open and protect people's health care. That's why we're here. But thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me again.